All right, we'll see where that takes us then. Thank you, Steve. Well, the war of words between Governor Cuomo and Republican challenger Rob Astorino is getting even more personal, if you can believe it. Astorino recently compared Cuomo's interference in the Moreland Commission to the sort of intimidation used by a mafia boss. It's a remark that's coming under some heavy fire by Cuomo supporters, including Assembly Majority Leader Joe Morelle. And weighing in on this latest battle between Cuomo and Astorino is our political analyst, New York Post state editor Fred Dicker. And Fred, I wonder if Rob Astorino considers this a poor choice of words. I'm assuming he too is Italian-American.
He is, Liz, and I had him on my radio show today, and I asked him if he regretted using this comparison, this analogy. He said absolutely not. He said what he was referring to is that famous phrase from the Godfather movie where you make an offer that someone can't refuse, and he was saying that's what happened with the governor and the Moreland Act Commission, and that maybe the next time he quipped, he ought to take a phrase out of The Wizard of Oz. But he didn't back down. He said he had no regrets about it. Yesterday, as you know, Joe Morelle, amongst others, Democrats, were attacking Astorino. This appeared to be an orchestrated effort by the governor's supporters to be critical of Astorino for using that phrase. I noted on my show today that I know firsthand, Liz, that the governor has enjoyed one comedian, Randy Credico, a frequent guest on my show, actually doing satires of the governor using the voice of the Godfather. He even had him down in the second floor executive chamber doing them. So it does look like this was a political move by the governor and his supporters. It's been done before. People with memories maybe remember that Alphonse D'Amato, when he ran for re-election in 1992, claimed he was a victim of anti-Italian sentiment because Bob Abrams, his opponent at the time, had made a reference to fascist type of activities.
It doesn't seem like the kind of thing that would have legs, though, do you think?
I don't think so. It didn't get a whole lot of attention today. You had to look high and low to find a story about it. I think the governor obviously and understandably is trying to shift the focus away from the Moreland Commission scandal, and it is a scandal which continues as we speak. The governor's people just released a new ad a couple of minutes ago, again attacking Astorino for supposedly being corrupt. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black, if I can use that phrase, and nobody attacks me for it. But they're obviously trying to shift the attention. It's not working so far, but it's a long way to November, and as you noted, it is a pretty ugly campaign already.
I read somewhere, I think yesterday, that that Astorino had raised several $100,000 as a result of this New York Times sort of expose on the Moreland Commission involving the governor. Have you heard anything about that? I mean, because at some point you'd think that he would be in a position or would have to start, you know, returning fire himself with ads.
Well, I wrote about it in my column yesterday and said he says he raised about $500,000 in the last week. Of course, the governor has about $35 million, and Astorino most recently only had about $2.5 million in the bank, so it's not enough. But there is no doubt. I mean, just think about it. With the governor in some trouble right now, chances are Astorino is going to do better in fundraising. He's probably going to do better in the polls the next time we see polls out there. But it's not enough so far anyway to really reverse his fortunes as they are right now.
Well, I said I read it somewhere, and I always read your columns, so I'm sorry I didn't give you the credit for that. Thank you, Fred. And you can also listen to Fred on the radio. It's live from the state capitol every weekday morning from 10 to 11 on Talk 1300.